There's one game genre out there that really exploded the last couple years, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with me when I say it's a lot of quantity over quality. But when you do find quality games, they're very addicting. But this genre is the Horde Survivor or Bullet Heaven genre. You know this genre. It became very popular due to the crazy amount of success from Vampire Survivors in late 2021 until its full release in 2022. Vampire Survivors has almost 200,000 reviews on Steam. This game had massive success and spawned so many games. Some great games like Halls of Torment and 20 Minutes Till Dawn, some not so good ones like Halftime Heroes, or even some games with good potential but have gotten zero updates like Gunsuit Guardians. But all these games mentioned all follow the Vampire Survivors formula of surviving X amount of time and getting upgrades whenever you level up and finding new items that will help you in the run. But there's one game in this genre that I feel stands out on its own a lot and is a lot more unique compared to every other game. It offers a fun, fresh feeling every single time you pick it up, and that's Brotato. I view this game to be the perfect Horde Survivor game. So let's get into the perfection that is Brotato. Also, make sure you like and subscribe as it helps out the channel a lot, and let's get into it. Now, I'll tell you my history of this game before exploring what makes it so unique, and really, my history is a pretty normal one, I feel. I have almost 50 hours in the game and have won a run with every character the game offers and getting all the achievements. I never dived into mods or community-made items as I never had much of an interest in those in really any game I play. But I will say, the community support via mods is a great way to extend replayability and keep the game even fresh. Okay, but what makes the game unique? Well, it's a Horde Survivor game, but inside of a run is a lot different. The structure is a lot different compared to your average Horde Survivor. Your goal is to survive as long as possible, but it's broken up into waves instead of continuous survival. And leveling up only gives you 1 HP until the wave is over, compared to getting an instant upgrade with other games. The variety in the upgrades is also incredible, and being able to re-roll as much as you want helps you attain the build you're going for. Granted, it will cost you materials that you gather inside of a wave, and the variety of builds will be talked about soon. A run of Brotato consists of 20 waves total, with waves getting harder and longer the further you go, and wave 20 has a boss enemy to worry about, but you really don't need to kill it. It's more so just surviving. Killing enemies will gain materials, and those materials are used between waves to buy random items in shops and leveling up. You can re-roll as much as you want, costing you materials, but it will help you find your build. I love the setup of these runs. They don't take as long as your typical Horde Survivor, as the 20 waves usually last about 25 to 30 minutes compared to 30 to 45 minutes in other games. And a small break between waves with upgrade is really fun, as other games you just survive as long as possible and become level 100, compared to Brotato where you're level 22 if you're lucky at the end of a run. Really, I love the insides of a run in Brotato. I think the structure of this game is perfect and really exemplifies what the Horde Survivor genre should be, or could be, really. But what really makes Brotato stand out is the insane amount of variety inside the game. The insane amount of characters and items as a whole. The game has a whopping 44 characters to choose from after unlocking everything, and every single character has different starting buffs and debuffs to different attributes. Really, this setup truly makes every run feel so unique. Depending on the buffs you have, you also get to pick different starting weapons. Some characters will be better with long-range weapons, and some will be better with melee weapons. Some characters have better lifesteal for better healing, and other characters can't even use weapons. Really, all the different characters without mods will keep you playing this game a good amount of time and definitely justify the purchase. And every single run will have an endless possibilities on the outcome. Sure, the game can start a little slow as you don't have a lot unlocked, but even then the runs are feeling fresh and you unlock a lot of items and characters fast via the achievements. The crazy amount of variety in this game truly make it feel like the perfect Horde Survivor game, and definitely one of the best roguelites on the market. Some characters are definitely harder than others, and it may be harder to find an optimal build, but even experimenting with all the possible solutions feel worth it and not really a waste of time. I swear towards the end of my time with Brotato, I was still finding items that I never really used. Now, sure, the variety in this game is perfect and the structure of a run is really unique and a lot of fun. But one great thing in a lot of roguelike games is difficulty enhancers. And Horde Survivor games, they're always a little weird with difficulty enhancers. So let's ask this. Is Brotato hard? Well, yeah, I think so. Like a lot of roguelikes, this game does have some difficulty enhancers in it. Granted, it's nothing too crazy. Brotato has dangers, going from danger 0 to 5. Winning your first run will unlock danger 1, winning danger 1 will unlock danger 2, and so on. It only goes up to 5, and it only adds new enemies, hordes, elites, and bosses. Really, nothing too crazy. Damage and speed from enemies doesn't go up, and there's no negatives for you, in terms of attributes at least. Really, it's simple and straight to the point if you want more enemies to fight, then you add the danger. And personally for me, I did beat every danger difficulty at one point, and danger 5 was significantly harder than danger 0, of course, but 95% of my wins were on danger 2. As for a game like Brotato, I didn't feel like I need to make it that hard consistently. I liked the challenge danger 2 gave me and still had a great time with it, and didn't feel a need to do danger 5 more than once. But if you want that challenge with Brotato, it's definitely there with danger 5. It will give you a challenge. But if you want even more difficulty enhancers, I'm sure there's a lot of great community mods that make the game even harder. Like I said, I personally never got into mods for games and don't really want to for this game as well. But if you want to get into the mods, the community is definitely there and is very passionate for this game. Just browsing the mods, there's a lot of quality of life changes along with new characters, difficulty enhancers, items, everything really. So shout out to the community of Brotato for adding even more to this perfect Horde Survivor game. Really, community mods, they're always a great time. Minus Darkest Dungeon. Don't look at that community mod section. It's a little, And really, is this the perfect Horde Survivor game? Well, for me it is. The length of the run, along with incredible variety, not insanely overtuned difficulty enhancers, really, all of it makes the game so fun. I've played a good handful of these Horde Survivors, definitely not too many, and my favorites have been Halls of Torment and Vampire Survivors. They're both good games with great variety in abilities, items, characters, great meta progression, but they stick to that core of a Horde Survivor, and I feel that core makes it lack replayability for me, usually after about 20 hours or so, or if I win on all the maps. But all the Horde Survivors I've played, none of them are structured like Brotato, and I'm surprised I don't see more Brotato clones out there, as it's clearly a successful game. It has almost 50,000 reviews with 96% of them being positive, and the simplicity is just so fun. Maybe you can't make a clone of something like this so easily, as it would be too obvious, but Brotato is the perfect Horde Survivor game in this very oversaturated genre. Thanks for watching this video, and let me know in the comments what you think of Brotato or this genre as a whole, or if you have any suggestions on what games I should try in this genre next. I'd always love to hear it, and well, thanks again for watching. An extra special shout out to the people that support me on Patreon still. Your extra support really means the world, and I can't say thank you enough for it, so just thank you. And really, that's all. I'll see you next time.